Hi guys, so today we are looking at a JVC KD-D50 cassette deck. This cassette deck is from 1981 and I've just done a video recently for a Sony cassette deck. I'll put the link on the screen for you, and that cassette deck was unique. I thought that it had a spectrum analyzer on the display, and now I've got this one which also has a spectrum analyzer on the display. So there are a few around. I wasn't aware of this one, and it's got quite a few features on it. It's got Dolby B and Dolby C noise reduction. It's also got ANRS, which is another noise reduction system, whereby it compresses the low parts of the audio and then expands them again on playback. It has a digital counter. In fact, let's turn this on so you can have a look. So there's the display. It's got a nice display on it. It's a vacuum fluorescent display, and then the plastic around that is lit up with a bulb inside. So that's where you can see this lighting up here. So the display is behind there. And then on the other end we've got, it's flickering on the display there, but it's not flickering, it's just the camera that's doing that. But you've got another vacuum fluorescent display, and this is a real-time linear counter, so this is minutes and seconds. And then there's also tape search and tape track programming here, so you can program which tracks it plays back from the tape. It obviously detects blank space in that tape to do that. There's the head. Not sure if that's enough light there to pick that up. It's just got a single or a stereo head, but just a single direction. It's not auto reverse. The controls are soft touch controls, so you do have to switch them on, but it's not actually moving the heads up when you press this. There's a motor inside that does that. Got some large record level sliders there, left and right. We've got separate left and right microphone inputs and a headphone jack, all 1/4" sockets. Let me get a tape and you can see what this looks like. So we've got our 5-band spectrum analyzer there, and on the other side we've got a normal stereo VU with a peak total in the middle. I've never seen one with a total before, so I'm guessing this is showing you the highest output of left or right on the display there. But as with the Sony one, this is it's a bit of a gimmick really. It's not something you can adjust using the level controls. The left and right level recording level here is just for the entire spectrum. You're not going to be able to tailor this looking at this display for whatever input you've got, but it looks very nice like the other one did, and again it's an attractive display. It's something that would draw me towards it if I saw this on the shelf of a hi-fi shop. And we've got LEDs down here to show what the tape transport's doing, and of course the counter. You need to, so that you can program what length the tape is on here. If you put in a C90, it obviously doesn't know it's a C90, but if you program it and say it's a C90, then it knows how much tape it's got left. So we're counting down here, which is it's quite a nice feature, that. We'll look around the back. Particular one, there's a few scratches around the case on the sides and the top, but the front panel is unmarked, which is it's really nice. is the back. We've got voltage selector set for 240. I assume the other setting is going to be 100 volts for Japan, but it could be 110, but I assume it's 100. And there's our information plate and just input output. That's all we've got there on the DIN sockets. But yeah, I like this one. I think it's made all the better that you've got the vacuum fluorescent counter there. I do like this. So I'll lift the lid and we'll take a quick look inside. So a quick look inside. We can see it's nice and clean. I've not had to do much with this one. I did replace the power cable. There was a particularly short power cable on this. It was only about 15 inches or so, so I don't know what had happened to that. Maybe it had got cut at some point. Somebody put a plug on it. So I've replaced it with a new cable with a molded plug. You can see there's multiple boards in this machine. This one here is controlling the spectrum analyzer on the vacuum fluorescent display there. And then we've got the main board at the bottom, which has got the Dolby and the play and record functions. And then this board here is the power supply board. And then there's another board over here which is connected to the digital counter, and the tape memory I think is also controlled from here. Just a single motor in this deck. I've replaced the belt as well, so power cable, belt. I've cleaned the tape heads, and that's pretty much all I've done with this machine. This is a bit unusual. The transformer, it's on a bit of a jaunty angle here. They must have done that, I think, because it looks as though they were going to use a toroidal transformer in here, looking at the base, or maybe they've just reused the chassis from another deck that did have a toroidal, and they've put a standard transformer in here. But they've had to bend the base of it a bit, because otherwise it would have hit these terminals at the back. This is the voltage select terminals. But yeah, it just looks a bit odd. I'm sure they've just reused this this footprint here for for this transformer. But yeah, it's quite densely packed in here. There's quite a few boards. But yeah, it's nice and clean. So there it is, the JVC KD-D50 with spectrum analyzer on the display, and I wonder how many other cassette decks are out there which have this. They're both being 5 bands, the one I'm looking at, but I assume there might be different ones with different spectrum analyzers on them. But yeah, I do like them. I've seen another JVC deck which is the KD-D4. I think that one was brought out a year earlier, so I think that came out in 1980 or 1981, and that also has a spectrum analyzer on it, but the features on the deck are not as rich as this one. This one has Dolby C, and the other one just had Dolby B, and also the counter was the counter on the other one wasn't programmable, as far as I know. But maybe I will try and get hold of one of those and we can take a look around that as well. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Only a short video, I know, but it was just a quick look around this cassette deck, another one with a spectrum analyzer. And yeah, thanks for watching.